back. I published a video on working your sprung 2 as 1, so 2 threads as if they were 1. And I did this, and I said at the time, was because at some point I was also going to publish some videos on how to design patterns with 2 as 1. And so finally I'm now doing that. And in today's video, what I'm going to show you how to do is we're going to start doing 2 as 1 on this side of our warp and slowly increase it across the warp. So we're just going to show how to increase on one side 2 as 1. All right, so I have a few rows done here, and in this row I'm going to start working 2 as 1. And this is a basic row, and I always find it a little bit easier when I'm first working out a pattern to start it on a basic row. So for this starting row, I'm going to work 1, 2, 3 interlinkings, 2 as 1. So as you can see, I picked and dropped 2 threads each time. And now I'm just going to switch back to picking up and dropping 1 thread, just regular interlinking. Okay, so now here on the shift row, first of all, remember that we're working 2 as 1. On a shift row, you start by picking 4 and dropping 2, because remember, we would normally pick 2, drop 1, so when we're working 2 as 1, we're going to pick 4, drop 2, and then I'm going to pick and drop a set of 2. And then this is going to be a little different. How we're going to end is we're going to pick 2 and then we're going to drop 3. And this sets us up to continue working a normal interlinking. If I had picked 2 and dropped 2, I would be crossing behind 3 front threads when I went to pick up this back thread. So we're just going to go ahead and drop 3 right there. And that's also going to help us increase across the row. All right, so the next row is a basic row. So we're just going to work regular 2 as 1 interlinkings. And now you'll notice we've come to the point at where we had dropped 3. So of that 3 that I dropped, I just picked 2. And you see we have 1 lone thread there in the back, but 2 in the front. So we're just going to do a normal pick 2, drop 2. And you'll see that we are now set up for regular 1-1 interlinking again. And you may also have noticed that we did 1 more 2 as 1 interlinking on that row than we did on the previous basic row. So that's really all you need to do to increase, but I'll show you again because this is a little bit of a new concept. One thing to note is that this side of your warp, the side that you're doing the 2 as 1 on, is going to get much tighter than this side. So just be aware that you're going to need to release your tension more frequently when doing this. All right, so row 4, we're going to pick 4, drop 2, do regular 2-2 interlinking, another regular 2-2 interlinking, and then we're going to do a 2-3. And that sets us up for our 1-1 interlinkings. And now on the basic, you're going to work right up until you have that 1 lone thread and do 1 final 2 as 1 interlinking. So pick 2, drop 2, and you're set up for your 1-1s. Okay, so the next shift row, we're going to pick 4, drop 2, pick 2, drop 2, pick 2, drop 2, So how do you know when to stop your 2 as 1 interlinking and switch to 1 1 on a shift row? So here you see this is the last of the pick 2 drop 2, or the 2 as 1 interlinking right here, these 2 front threads. And so that I'm actually increasing, I'm going to go and add another 2 2 set in by picking up the next 2 back threads. And then to finish the section of 2 as 1, I'm going to drop 3 front threads. And remember, dropping 3 front threads is how we are going to set us up for proper 1 1 interlinking going forward. Okay, and then another shift row. And the shift rows are fairly straightforward. You just work up until you see that one lone thread from the drop 3, and that's your indicator that you should work one final 2 as 1 interlinking and then 1 1 interlinking. All right, so let's look at the shift row one more time. So pick 4, drop 2, and we're going to continue picking and dropping 2 until we have one set left. So with these 2 front threads right here, those were worked as a 2 as 1 on the prior row, and so that we're steadily increasing, we're going to go ahead and work the next 2 back threads as a 2 as 1, and then we're going to drop the next 3 front threads to finish our section of 2 as 1 interlinking. And because this is a shift row, we have the 1 2 and the pick 1 drop 2 left. Okay, so there you have how to incorporate a section of 2 as 1 into your warp and how to increase it across your warp. And so in upcoming videos, I'll also be talking about how to increase it or how to make shapes like triangles. And this will both be a design feature in your Sprang and can also help you shape your Sprang. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next week.